Alright legends, buckle up because we've got some red-hot data on our hands tonight. The political landscape is shifting, and if you thought this race was predictable, think again.
Peter Dutton's momentum?
Slowed.
Labour? Having a stronger run over the past fortnight. But is this just the calm before the storm? Are we heading towards a knife's-edge election that could change everything?
Tonight, we break down the numbers, the media spin, and the real story behind the polling trends. And trust me, you'll want to stick around till the end because we've got insights that the mainstream media won't tell you. Now, before we get stuck in, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below.
Do you reckon Dutton should go full Trump mode and take the fight to Labour?
And if you're sick of the political circus, check out our Albo Says Relax t-shirt, on sale for the next 48 hours only.
Links in the description.
Right, let's rip in. So, let's start with the basics. Michael Kroger, a big name in the Liberal camp, reckons the coalition is still in the game, but the momentum has definitely taken a hit. The polls show a tightening contest, with some suggesting Labour is bouncing back slightly after a rough few months. The Freshwater poll shows that, in a best-case scenario, the coalition could gain up to 9 seats, while Labour would lose 7. That would leave Labour sitting on 71 seats and the coalition on 66, meaning a Labour minority government could be on the cards. And get this, they might not even need the Greens to form it. Now, here's where it gets juicy. The trend shows that after Labour had a big lead post-election, their support took a dive.
But now?
They're either stabilizing or slightly crawling back up. The number one issue?
Cost of living. 71% of voters are feeling the squeeze.
Then there's housing and healthcare, all playing into voter sentiment.
But let's talk about the most controversial take of the night, YouGov's poll. Now, YouGov reckons Labour's drop from the last election isn't as bad as some other polls suggest. While some polls have Labour 5 points down, YouGov says it's only 2. So who's right?
And more importantly, who benefits? Here's the kicker. While Labour has taken a hit, the coalition isn't exactly soaring either. Some polls have Labour at 51 to 49, meaning they are still technically ahead. But are we seeing a narrative forming that Albo is back?
Some reckon so.
But let's cut through the noise. Labour's primary vote is hovering around 31 to 32%. Hasn't moved much at all, despite the shifting sentiment. Even with the latest Freshwater and YouGov polls, it's sitting at the same spot.
And here's where things get tricky. Coalition support is fluctuating between 37 to 40%, sometimes dipping to 36% if a poll has a dodgy sample. But what every single poll struggles to capture? The other vote. That chunk of voters who aren't rusted onto either major party. Take Freshwater's latest numbers. Greens at 14%, Independents supposedly down. But let's be real. People aren't abandoning the Liberals en masse and jumping onto the Greens.
That's just not happening.
It's more likely a quirk in the sampling.
So, what does this all mean for the election? Well, it's looking like an absolute dogfight.
Labour's primary vote won't all shift directly to the coalition.
Some will, sure. But not all.
Remember what happened in WA?
Labour bled votes, but not all of them went straight to the Libs.
Some drifted elsewhere.
And that's where the real battleground lies, in those marginal seats where Labour's vote is stretched thin. If the Libs can capitalise, they'll win big.
If they can't,
well, we might be looking at a Labour minority government. Now, let's talk about Dutton's camp. There's no sugarcoating it, they are a bit flat-footed at the moment. And that's not helping them. Even on this show, we've talked about their responsiveness, or lack of it, at critical moments. But here's the thing. Elections aren't won in the polls. They are won in the seats that matter.
And that's where the coalition could still pull ahead.
Michael Kroger is convinced that Dutton has the advantage, even with the latest polling trends. He reckons the coalition is doing better in the outer suburban marginal seats, the key to winning this election.
That's why he still has Dutton ahead.
Now, let's break down the numbers. The Freshwater poll suggests a uniform swing, something that rarely happens in real elections. But if you take a closer look at the seats in play, it's clear that the Libs are in a better position than the overall numbers suggest. Kroger reckons the coalition will win Aston, Chisholm, and even Bullwinkle, yes, that's a real seat name, in Victoria.
That would push Dutton up to 69 seats and leave Albanese on 68.
But wait, there's more. He also sees the coalition taking Macquarie, Boothby, and some key Brisbane seats. That would give them 72 seats,
while Labour would be sitting on 65.
So, what does that tell us? Well, if Kroger's right, Dutton is still in this fight, and he's got the edge where it matters most. The Liberal vote isn't necessarily rising overall, but it's shifting in the places that count. And here's the bombshell. If the swing continues in the marginals, Dutton could still be the favourite to win this election. But here's where it gets interesting. What if this is just the calm before the storm? What if we are about to see a final shift that blows all these predictions out of the water? And that's why this race is still wide open. So, who's got the upper hand?
Is the media jumping the gun by calling this a Labour comeback? Or is Dutton quietly building the momentum he needs to cross the finish line first?
Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, if you want to support the channel and wear your opinion on your sleeve, check out our exclusive Albo Says Relax t-shirts. They are flying off the shelves, so get in quick. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.